SDCC 2020 is finally here, but what about last year's San Diego Comic-Con? Where are those pops now? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm John here with Slapshot Pops, and we have a fantastic episode for you guys today. One that I've been really working on for the last few weeks and excited to finally drop. So I wanted to talk about the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pops from 2019, last year's major summer Comic-Con, and now that SDCC 2020 is finally here. We have all the drops. We know what's going on. Funko is doing all kinds of crazy stuff this week because we can't actually go to San Diego this year and enjoy the Comic-Con in person. They are doing a virtual Comic-Con, which is a little bit different this year. But first, I wanted to break down some, not all, some of the 2019 exclusives that we got last year, and mainly wanted to focus on where have they gone from their $15 or $30 retail price that they were sold for at the con to their current market value price right now. So to jump right into it, I actually have some of the 2019 exclusive pops from last year's con, and the first pop that I want to talk about is a really cool one. It is the Batman with the SDCC San Diego Comic-Con logo bag. This is a fantastic pop. It's from the Batman 80 Years line. It's got the amazing black box design, and he is currently going for $55 for the official con sticker, and if you have the shared sticker version, he goes for about $27 on according to PPG. So I was really disappointed with this year's San Diego drops because I was expecting another Funko Pop holding a San Diego Comic-Con bag. I thought it would have been a really cool tradition for San Diego Comic-Con to actually do and capitalize on. So, I was kind of hoping for maybe a Superman or a Wonder Woman, or maybe not even a superhero, just another random character that was holding a San Diego Comic-Con bag, because I just think it's such a cool pop, it's such a cool design, and Funko really could have took it all the way. So coming in for our first pop, we got Batman holding the bag. So the next pop I want to talk about is also a Batman pop, and it's one that Funko kind of twisted collectors' arms into getting. And the reason I say that is because we have yet another Batman chrome pop. Now this one is teal chrome, and the 8th colored chrome pop in the Batman 144 mold chrome set. And basically, if you wanted to collect all 8 of these, you pretty much had to get this one. Now thankfully this wasn't limited in number like the blue one was, the pink one, and the green one from Emerald City Comic-Con 2018. But this one does actually have some unique features. It's got the black box with the Batman 80 Years, and it does have the official San Diego Comic-Con sticker, and I really like the placement above the 80 Years logo on the box there. So I think they did a really good job with that design. Ultimately, there's nothing really different about the pop in terms of the mold or anything. It's just the same standard Batman mold they've been using for all of their chrome pops. The only difference is he happens to be teal. So this guy is actually coming in at $39 according to PPG for the con sticker, and then for the shared sticker he's coming in at $17. So a little bit of a significant difference there, but if you really just wanted to complete the chrome set, there's really no problem with getting the shared version. So that's the second pop we're talking about today, the teal chrome Batman. So the next pop I want to talk about is a pop that I don't currently have. I did have it at one point. We had a bunch of them that we used for our mystery boxes, and that is the Ad Icons Toucan pop. Not to be confused with the Toucan Sam, just the regular San Diego Comic-Con Toucan pop. This was an ad icon that they created, and it was specifically for the con. It was supposed to represent San Diego Comic-Con, similar to the Crusader and Crusaderette for Emerald City Comic-Con. Originally, I think this was a really good idea. However, it did not catch on the way I believe Funko wanted it to catch on. And this year, especially with the 3 ad icon toucans dropping, and the one of them being extremely controversial, which we're not going to go into today. They did drop this one from last year, and unfortunately the shared sticker is only going for $11, while the con stickered version is going for $34. And I think with the release of this year's toucans, those values are going to continue to go down and not be worth very much. So with that pop, the reason I just don't think it's going to be worth very much is because it doesn't hold any iconic character value in terms of an ad icon. One of the reasons people love ad icons like Tony the Tiger, Sonny the Cuckoo, Trix Rabbit, is because they represent a part of our childhood and nostalgia for us, especially as 80s and 90s kid collectors. The Toucan Sam just doesn't connect us to anything really, and that's why I don't think it will hold value over time. Another pop that we just have to talk about, and one of the reasons I had to add him to this list, is also an ad icons pop, but it's nowhere near in terms of the controversy as it is the ad icon toucan. This pop is the Ad Icons Louis Blue Raspberry Otter Pop. Now, this pop has pissed off a lot of collectors because this one is limited to 1,000 pieces when the other 5 Otter Pops are not limited in any form, but you can get all of them for just about 40 bucks. This one currently is going for $360 on PPG, and within the last 3 months, a few of them have sold in upwards of $500. In terms of Funko planning this out, they really screwed up. They screwed up last year with the Sour Patch, making all the colors commons, and then the green one 1,000 pieces with Emerald City Comic Con, and they basically repeated it. A lot of collectors are just completely pissed off at this, and that's why they've settled, given up, and said, you know what, Funko, I'm not going to get that one. I'm just going to be happy with my 5 Otter Pops and move on to a different pop. I really believe Funko should have planned this out a little bit better and said, you know what, we're going to make half the set limited, or we're going to make 2,000 pieces of the Ad Icons Louis Blue, but to have only one so limited, and now it's going for an extremely high market price, collectors have just given up. So now that we're fired up, we have a few more controversial pops, but first off, we're going to take a break for a couple seconds and talk about a pop that Funko actually did a really good job on making, and that is this Moana Disney ride pop. Now, this pop was actually a must-have for my girlfriend and I, as we just love the movie Moana, everything about it. I think it's one of those Disney movies that people just didn't expect to be so good, and this pop, I feel like, perfectly represents the movie as a whole. This pop is fantastic. It's just a crazy, crazy awesome out-of-box pop, and something that you have to have on display if you're a Disney collector. It's very unique in the fact that you actually have 3 pops and 3 iconic characters from the movie in one single pop. The shared version of this pop is actually going for $32, while the con sticker is going for $37. However, in this case, I really don't think there's much difference because they both look great out of box, and once you take a pop out of box, who cares about the sticker? So I really think Funko did a great job teaming up with Disney for this pop for San Diego Comic-Con last year. Next pop I want to talk about is also a Disney pop, and it happens to be a 2-pack. Most of you guys will probably know what I'm talking about right off the bat, and that is the Carl and Ellie Up 2-pack. Funko did an amazing job and pulled this pop way out of left field, and that's why it's considered the sleeper pop of 2019 San Diego Comic-Con. Even though this pop is not limited in terms of number, it's still limited as it's from the con, and there is actually a con stickered version as well as a shared stickered version. And believe it or not, the con stickered version is currently going for $260, while the shared version is going for $190. This has become a skyrocketing pop and very sought after by Disney collectors everywhere, and even just Up fans and people who just want iconic pops. This 2-pack is definitely a must-have if you're a Disney collector, and it's something that we are really hoping to get in our collection one day. The next pop I want to talk about is also a 2-pack. However, it's not Disney, but it's also from an iconic TV show that people love everywhere, and that's The Simpsons. This 2-pack is the Kang and Kodos glow-in-the-dark 2-pack, and the con stickered version is going for $55 on PPG, and the shared version is going for about 50. Even though we looked up some of the recent sales on eBay, and the con-stickered version has sold in upwards of $100, which I feel like is a more accurate price for this 2-pack. It's definitely unique in terms of a 2-pack because both pops are glow in the dark, and the glow is absolutely fantastic. We don't have the pop in our collection, and it's not really one that we're looking to get. However, it is a pop that I think will definitely rise in value over time, as just because The Simpsons is such a beloved show. The next pop I want to talk about is also from a TV show, and that is the Winona Earp pop. This pop is very unique in the fact that there is no shared version. There's only a con-stickered version from San Diego Comic-Con 2019, and that pop is currently valued at $135 on PPG. Even though we did look it up on eBay, and there's been a lot of recent sales, and this pop has gone for upwards of $200 in the last few months. So this is definitely a pop on the rise, and I believe it's directly correlated to the fact that the show is getting ready to go into its 4th season this summer. We've never seen the show and don't know much about it, but just because of the fact that there's no shared stickered version of this pop, I definitely think this pop is going to rise in value over time. The next pop I want to talk about is from a very iconic movie that a lot of people love, and it's from the Jaws movie. The shark biting Quint, the bloody version from San Diego Comic-Con last year. This pop is very unique in the fact that it's a 6-inch pop, but it's not standing vertical. It is horizontal, so it has a awkwardly large box. However, I think this is a very creative pop and a really good design by whoever came up with it at Funko. The con-stickered version is currently going for $85, while the shared version is currently going for only $80. However, we've seen some previous sales of about $100 in certain places. Because this pop is very unique, it's very creative, it's a very different mold from what we've seen in the past, I definitely think this pop has the potential to hit the $150, $175, maybe even $200 mark in the future. And that's just because it's from such an iconic movie series like Jaws. So moving into Star Wars, we have another pop that we definitely have to talk about because it's one that I believe is just on the verge of any day skyrocketing, and that is the green chrome Boba Fett pop. Now, even though this Boba Fett pop is extremely simple and it's just his regular classic pose with all the Star Wars hype this year and everything that's been going on, and the news that Boba Fett is probably going to appear a good amount in Mandalorian Season 2, the green chrome pop is definitely going to go up in value. The con-stickered is currently going for only $41, while the shared version is only going for $24. This pop is just his classic pose, and it's Boba Fett. And with everything we've seen this year, I'm just super shocked that Funko did not come out with a Boba Fett pop for San Diego Comic-Con this year. I really think they missed an opportunity. They could have done a whole chrome set of Boba Fett's like we saw with the Batmans, and if they really wanted to cause collecting chaos, they could have came out with a limited numbered piece chrome Boba Fett, and it would be selling for hundreds by the end of the week. So now that we're talking about Star Wars, I'm extremely livid over this pop. The Sith Trooper debut pop from last year's San Diego Comic-Con is now going for $1,420 freaking dollars. This is a pop I slept on. I didn't get it at first. I was more focused on other pops and other things going on. I saw it at $200, $300, and then overnight it just exploded and went to $600, and then before you knew it, it was selling for 4 figures. I'm really pissed off at Funko that this pop was so limited. It's rumored that there was only 100 even made, and I was waiting because I thought because it was a debut pop that they were actually going to come out with a common, so I was waiting for this pop to come down. The only good news is with this year's San Diego Comic-Con, they actually just are releasing a Sith Trooper jetpack pop. Now with this pop, I don't think this is going to go anywhere near $1,000 just because of the pose and the lack of creativity with this pop. However, I think because of this pop, the original Sith Trooper from last year will take a dip in value. That's just my personal opinion and mostly my freaking hope because I love Star Wars and I want to add this pop into my collection so freaking bad. So now we're moving into my bread and butter, my favorite thing about San Diego Comic-Cons, and that is the Freddy freaking Funkos. At the time of recording of this video, we still have no word on Freddy's, even though I truly believe that there is a locked vault somewhere with the Freddy's that are supposed to be released at this con. I don't think Funko went into 2020 with no plans to make Freddy's. I truly believe that there are Freddy's, or at least designs for Freddy's, maybe waiting in a manufacturing plant somewhere. I truly believe that we have Freddy's on the way in our future. So moving into some of the very controversial Freddy's from last year's San Diego Comic-Con, first I want to talk about the Freddy Big Boy. Now the Freddy Big Boy is now becoming a talked about character because the Big Boy Corporation has decided to discontinue the current mascot. So this version of Freddy Big Boy is definitely sure to rise in price. They made two versions. They made a 520 piece version as well as a super rare 24 piece blue apron version. And I was pretty proud of Funko that they made a 520 piece, which is a very attainable number in terms of Freddy's, and when they traditionally make a 24 piece for the extremely go-getter collectors. 520 piece Freddy is currently sitting at $300, while the extremely rare and probably unattainable 24 piece Freddy Big Boy is sitting at $2,000, which sounds like a lot, but that's a pretty reasonable price when it comes to a 24 piece Freddy. The 520 piece Big Boy Freddy is one that I'm definitely hoping to get before it skyrockets in value. So we have two more pops that I want to talk about, both are controversial, and the first one that I want to talk about is the Freddy Genie. Now, I think Funko, right off the bat, did an amazing job creating the Freddy Funko Genie based on the Will Smith version of the Genie from the more recent Aladdin remake. First off, they made just an incredible movie, and I think Will Smith did a really good job paying homage to the late Robin Williams. I really enjoyed the movie. It's one of my girlfriend's and I's favorite Disney movies now, and the controversy lies in the fact that Funko did not deliver both of these Genie Freddy Funkos at the con. They did not make it for whatever reason, and they were released later on. They released two versions, a metallic version and a regular version. The regular version is a 450 piece, while the metallic version is actually a 350 piece. I just want to take a quick minute and applaud Funko for not making the metallic version a 24 piece when they totally could have. So with a 450 piece Freddy and a 350 piece Freddy, both Freddys are actually fairly attainable in terms of a Freddy Funko collector standpoint. The 450 piece Freddy is currently going for about $340, while the 350 piece Freddy goes for about $580. So pretty appropriate pricing, and the only thing that I want to say is that even though the Freddys were not actually at the con, we have them out in the wild now, up for grabs. And if you made it this far in the video, kudos and thank you so much, because the last pop that we're going to talk about is one that just gets my blood frickin' boiling, and that is the Freddy Venom. Now, as you guys know, I'm a huge Spider-Man collector, and with the release of the Venom movie last year, it did amazing, and I frickin' loved it. Venom 2 is just around the corner, and it probably won't be long before Spider-Man and Venom are on the same screen in the MCU. I'm really pissed off at Funko that they only made 24 of these super rare but super cool design Freddy Venom Funko Pops. Why they didn't make a Freddy Venom as a 520 piece or a 350 piece and then make a super rare version of a 24 piece is beyond me. When they saw how well the movie Venom did, they know that Spider-Man's a popular character, and they only released 24. Their motto is everyone is a frickin' fan of something. Everyone's a fan of Spider-Man. Everyone loves Spider-Man. So the fact that they only came out with 24 of these pops is just frickin' crazy. And now, if you guys don't know, there actually is one collector out there who has a majority of them, just making it impossible for us other collectors to get one of these. This has actually become the most common custom-made Funko Pop that I have seen, and rightfully so. I really hope that one day Funko makes another version of this Freddy Venom, just so more collectors can enjoy this pop in their collection. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and hearing me vent and rant a little bit. Some of these pops I was really happy. I was even lucky enough to pick up a few Freddy's from last year's San Diego Comic-Con, as well as some of the Batman pops and a few Disney pops. I'm really happy with the ones I have, and there's still a few more that I like to collect. I want to know what you guys think of all the pops they released last year, how their values have panned out, and whether you think that the prices they're going for now are fair in terms of the popularity and the limited number of those pops. Let me know which one's your favorite, and let me know which pops you're eager to pick up for San Diego Comic-Con 2020 happening this week. I wish everyone the best of luck, and I hope they get the pops that they really want, as this year's San Diego Comic-Con is definitely different than ones we've had in the past. Once again, thank you for all the incredible support. If you want to sign up and be a Patreon and get pops from my frickin' collection sent to you every month, then sign up for our Patreon down below. We have a lot of big things going on. We're doing a charity cause at the end of the month, and we're just really psyched to get our YouTube channel off the ground. Thank you again for watching Slapshot Pops, and you guys know the drill. Don't stop shooting until you frickin' score. Have a great one, and we'll see you in the next video.